All right, we are live from the garage gym. Let me see if I can bring this down. All right, welcome to the garage gym. We're trying out the new mic system here, DJI microphone, and I'm going to be responding to some comments here, seeing if this will work. Hope everyone's enjoying their day. First response I haven't replied to. Fake meat alternatives are full of unhealthy synthetics. Real meat is healthy. Humans have lived off since the beginning. All right, here's the deal. I would agree with this. I would agree with synthetic Beyond Meat, Impossible Burgers. A lot of this processed stuff is not healthy for us, right? We know this. This isn't something that's debatable, right? We know it's not healthy, but that's not the purpose of this meat, the fake meat. It's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to get you thinking that you can have that same thing that you're used to having without actual animals. A little rusty on the bench there. So, it's not healthy. We know it's not healthy. It's not meant to be healthy. It's meant to get you off of these things that you're used to having. So you mix up the Impossible beef, you mix up the Beyond Burger, you put it on the grill, it grills like the meat that you're used to, the animal flesh that you're used to. That's what the intention is, to get you off of it, and it's all made with plants. You can wait on the studies, and you can wait on, compare it to animals and the nutritional value, but you're not eating it for health. Okay, when you eat burgers and when you eat pepperoni, when you eat all of these processed foods that you're used to having, Burger King, McDonald's, processed Subway, turkey meat, all of the sliced deli meats, all of the processed meats, it's not healthy for us. So what do you think that you're getting when you go ahead the plant-based option? Okay, so there's a difference. You can absolutely make a Whole Foods plant-based option. Okay, you can absolutely make Whole Foods plant-based. Made out of seitan, made out of lentils, made out of beans. You think bean burgers. You think, other plant-based whole foods that could be turned into what seems to be the texture and the sensation, the looks of it. It slices like real deli meat. There's these plant-based vegan deli meats places, retail spots. Everything in there is all plants. And you get it sliced up, like the whole experience is the same as what you're used to, right? But it's all whole foods, it's all plants. That's what it's about. Finding a replacement. You don't have to fight it. So many people fight it, because our ancestors did it. Somebody was saying, like, we're like, the reason why we do it is to honor them, where we go out and hunt and kill and eat animals to honor them. It's not the case. That's not what we were doing. Not at all. Let me bring this a little closer. I might get a mouse here. All right, so responded to that, or I'll respond later, but just responding live. All right, responded to a new replies. So They will be in a refrigerator trailer soon enough. So this is regarding the short that that we posted. So my son and I, we were coming back. I was picking him up from a friend's house, and coming back, it was really hot yesterday, very hot. Check out the short. Posted the short. I can't play it because actually it might not have audio, but either way, check it out. It's a trailer. We're behind, and I can see. I know it's an animal trailer. And another post has got me thinking, like all animal trailers or slaughter trucks aren't headed to the slaughterhouse. And in this case, that may have been the case. You know, I don't think that this person hauling this was going straight to the slaughterhouse. I don't know, but could have been. But either way, you know, I'm behind it, and I'm thinking it's horses, because automatically I see, you know, on animal transports, usually horses from what I'm used to or seeing, but I couldn't see anything, so whether it was empty or not, but you get to the stoplight and you can hear the pigs inside. Especially, I mean, I stuck the camera out you could definitely hear them in there. There's definitely more than one. And it was 90 degrees. They don't sweat. Somebody pointed out on there. They were not happy to be in there driving to wherever they were going. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, you know. They could have been going to, it could have been an animal sanctuary. Somebody saved them. But 99% of the time, you know, these animals are not considered individuals at all. So, you know, somebody liked the thought of that. That's just kind of ridiculous. I can't really like the thought of that. All right, again, with you, delusional animal rights activists, it's a circle of life. Deal with it. I said, can you explain this further? I'm not sure how I'm delusional and understand what you believe is circle of life. Eating other animals is part of the circle of life. You just proved my point that you are delusional. Okay. So, circle of life. I think this is what, I don't even know how much weight's here. This is what the circle of life. The circle of life is something that I think we're taught. Okay, we're taught like this is just the circle of life. Like we live this life, and then we die, and then everything feeds off each other, and then it's just this natural circle of life. And it's a nice concept, and it's a nice thought. And I think it's a justification clearly people would still use or lean on. It's a circle of life. You know, everything must die. And although that may be true, everything must die. But what about the circle of life? I mean, it sounds good. I think Joey Carbstrong, or actually, what's his name? Gary Yavorsky, more like circle of torture and death. Circle of life. So like breed animals into existence to enslave them and feed them and ultimately kill them. Circle of life. And then I'm delusional. Like we don't see this happening. Like everything must die. But what about killing, raising animals for food when it's unnecessary? And we're calling it the circle of life. I think I would agree with Gary saying it's more like the circle of torture and death. All right, bro, nice, simple. It's called bait. So this is in regard to, this is my fisherman video where he caught a small fish, used the fish as the next bait, casted it out there, flung them around. Yes, you eat them, and also taking pictures just so that people believe you when you say you caught a 10-pounder. My question is, why do people take pictures of the fish they caught, right? I mean, we all did it. You know, especially when the phones came out. I got a picture of Jace or Wayne or Trey, you know, holding the fish right up, and he's, oh, you know, it's a great picture, but, you know, this fish is out of water. It's, you know, it just makes you think a little differently when you put yourself in their position. When you put yourself in the fish's position, it makes you look at it differently, right? I mean, what would you want? You want to be flung around, have a hook in your mouth, and then just because we're able to. It's the reason why we do it. We got to start thinking differently. All right. No, thank you, sir. Because your second question reveals qualities that suffer animals by not culling bad genetics. CWD, Lyme, EHD, etc. Not hunting would be more cruel. It's not necessary to agree or disagree. Simply educate before taking food from the mouths of others for the sake of boosting a virtue signal high. Good day. Again, like, educate before taking food from mouths of others for the sake of boosting a virtue signal high. I mean, this really comes down to understanding that you don't need to consume animals to be strong and healthy. And you're right, educate yourself. The information is all out there. But again, don't rely on just that information that you come across. Like, go out and do it. Like, put the weight on, try it. You can see how you feel. I guarantee you, anyone watching this, you will feel better if you remove animals from what you eat. Absolutely, 100%. You're gonna feel better, both mentally and physically. And mentally meaning because you don't have to deal with this. When you come across channels like this, you don't have to say, because our ancestors, though, because no one likes killing animals. No one likes the thought of what we do to animals. And I can guarantee you, if all of you can go to a fast food place, and get 100% plants, meaning the burger that you're used to, the pizza that you're used to, all of it. I haven't used this 10 in a while. It's at the bottom of the bottom. But if you can go get it, I mean, no one just likes the fact that these are animals. Nobody likes the fact that they're animals. Zero people. What's up, Jace? How you doing? We're live, baby. That's right. Oh, you run inside. All right. And I can guarantee you, if you were to go to a plant-based fast food joint, and if everything that you ate, like, no one wants to contribute to animals suffering and slaughter trucks. I mean, look at the videos I posted. Nobody wants to be spending money towards that. No one. Because you can eat plants and be just satisfied. You can be healthy. You could be strong. You can be anything that you want to be. You don't have to consume animals. Not at all. You don't have to. So that's what I say to that. You could be strong. You could be healthy. So do it for yourself. I mean, we've been 6 years just starting the strength program. So I'm going to be going live answering questions because I think that would be helpful. I don't have to cut and edit these. It's just straight up answering your questions, responding, all while we do a workout. So hopefully we'd love your feedback on this. See if you like this. See if you want to see me do something different. All right. Any more replies here? This one's long. Okay. Here we go. Actually, can I copy and paste these? Let me try. All right, so that's what I'm responding to here. Let me see if I could put it down. Kind of getting in the way, but. Meat improves muscle strength and is because of the high density of amino acid that are consumed through protein. Vegans also have lower calcium concentrations in their bodies, meaning your bone will break much easier. Vegans are also more likely to be sick or ill in general. This includes cancer. These are from sources I have found online. Humans were able to evolve simply because meat was the only nutrient-dense food we had. Okay, before we keep going. Meat improves muscle strength. That is because of the high density amino acid that are consumed through protein. Vegans also have lower calcium concentration. So I think what you'll find is that these, you could find studies on this versus that. You could find all the information on there that says meat versus plant. And I think that's fine and that's dandy. I don't think it's out there. Not enough information is out there because I think like no one really has grabbed that information or heard stories like people like myself. So where, no studies are regarding, I have no bone calcium issues, no bone density issues, vegan 6 years. So it's also about what you consume, right? We talked about vegans. You can be a vegan and eat nothing but Impossible burgers and processed food. You can come across a lot of these people, right? And they're unhealthy. At least internally. You might actually be on the outside looking strong and everything, but if your guts and your internal intestines are swollen and you're having bowel stuff and just not a lot of good things going on the inside, but you're strong and you look strong on the outside, that's certainly not good either. So for me, it doesn't make sense for animal flesh or the meat of animals to go through our long intestines. We talk about, you look at, and this is basic biology, and I'm not at all knowledgeable in this, but we have long intestines, and so you want meat to be, hey, what's up, Caleb? How you doing, buddy? You want meat to travel through long intestines, and it's going to have time to just ferment and dissolve and create gases, and that's to me why and sit in your colon. That to me why a lot of people get these cancers. That's why a lot of people get all of these issues in intestines, because you eat a lot of this meat and it has time to process and ferment in there. When you eat plants, clean, it goes through there, no issues at all. So do the research and see, but try it for yourself. 6 years in, I mean, you could see, you know, like not at all. I'm not weak at all. I'm not saying that this is super amount of weight back here, but again, just starting a strength program. So I'll be going live, answering questions. If you have questions, Caleb, anybody else, feel free to ask them here. I got 2 screens, and so I could see the questions, see this better. And so we'll be doing workouts, and I'll just I'll go through a bunch of responding. If I have no comments or questions, I'll just answer some of these things that I come across, that you see, some of these comments, but lower calcium concentration. So again, go back to like this, you know, where are you getting this information? He said he found this online. Like, okay, where online? And then if you look at kind of the studies, I found this article just came out today, talked about dairy, milk. I'll try to flag it, but talked about how milk, you know, dairy milk is much better than plant-based milk and have higher this and that, right? That's what the title of this topic said, or this article. And then when you actually go through and read it, at the end, all it did was it had more protein than some of the plant-based milks. But you talk about saturated fat, cholesterol, and it has all these bad things. It wasn't even meant for us. And yet it talked about how dairy milk is better than plant-based milk. That's just not true. So it's all how you perceive it. All how you take the information, you know, and if you just gotta like read through that stuff, you know, read through these headlines, read through, and then, you know, decipher it yourself. All right, here, let me add this to the broadcast here. Kayla, meat makes me feel sick and sweaty and just gross. When I started becoming vegetarian, I felt way better. Yeah, man. Thanks for that. Like, so you know, we got a real life example here, Caleb. You know, real life example, felt way better, got sweaty, feels gross. Just makes sense. We're not supposed to be consuming it. I mean, it's death. It's, you eat all of that, all of those you know, those medicines that they give the animals, and then to keep them alive so they stay healthy and don't have these diseases, but then we're consuming them. It really doesn't make sense to be doing. It can't be healthy. And then you're coming across people that, okay, you have, grass-fed, and you have healthy meats. And this is, again, I think this is a marketing ploy. This is a marketing, I'm going to stay here. That was a little heavy. You have this like marketing thing, like, healthy meats, and you start to, but number one, you got very few people that are going to come across like and just consume those special meats from a local organic farm. Those prices are going to be way high. You go out to restaurants, that's not where they're getting their meat from unless you pay $67 for an ounce, you know, of steak. And, you know, so you're not doing that. You're stopping at these fast food restaurants occasionally. I mean, most people, 99% of these animals all come from slaughterhouses. So like we're not talking to these very few people and these very few farms, but this is literally everyone that comes across this video. You're not one of those percentage people that are living on an island in a cave and where you're hunting for your food and you're getting your sole source of nutrients and everything from the land. You know, that's just not the case. And just because one person's doing it, you can't just take that and then use that excuse for yourself. You can't just do that. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Here we go. Caleb got another comment here. Milk is meant to be for baby cows, and we're not baby cows. It's like baby cows drinking human breast milk. Yep. And that's just from logically speaking. So forget about nutrition, forget about anything. Just logically, dairy is not meant for us. So the fact that we consume that is ridiculous. Here's a question. Let me see if I can add this. I got this question. How do we answer it? We're made to eat meat, and that is what an ancestors ate. How do I answer that? Yeah. So I think number one, there's no question that our ancestors did that. There's no question that our ancestors ate meat. Like my parents did, your parents did, their grandparents did. They've been celebrating Thanksgiving. Think about what Thanksgiving is and the traditions that are passed on and continue to be passed on. And I'm going to say that we're the first Kurnows, that's our last name, that I'm going to say broke the tradition. I mean, our family will not continue to obviously buy turkeys for Thanksgiving and celebrate that. So the thing is, our ancestors did it, and they continue to do these things, and hunters and grandparents hunted, and they have all these special emotions and thoughts and good times and good memories when you think about these Thanksgiving. So yeah, our ancestors did, our parents did. It was passed on and passed on. It does not make it right. It does not make it like the best thing to be doing. So you got to continue to question this. I also look at this. There's a book, Upton Sinclair, that talks about the meat industry when it got to Chicago and when it got to, it talked about the animals and how disgusting these slaughterhouses, these things were. And, like that's just the way, like they were like rodents and stuff, and they didn't have USDA and people, inspectors to, go through these. And so they were allowing like just anything in the meat, anything at all, like just plants were filthy. And so, that's kind of where we started from. And then we continued on, and that's where the welfare group started. And you say, okay, well, we got to start treating these animals well. And, the USDA was incorporated or started to try to make everything safe. So, not sure where I was going with that. But, you don't have these people, individuals of getting like these clean animals, these clean, healthy, grass-fed, and they're well taken care of. It's this thought process that we have that we want to think that that's where our food comes from, and we want to think that we're doing a good thing, but it's not. And the only way to actually not contribute to that is to eliminate it all, like everything, eliminate all the animals. All right. So I hope that answered that. And so ancestors, and another thing I like to bring up, and a lot of people don't like to go here or tie it in, but like traditions and our ancestors owned slaves. And so does that mean that we continue to own slaves? Like, no, we know it's wrong. We know it's the wrong thing to be doing. We know it's not good to be treating humans like that. So the same thing for animals. This is what we've understood. So like, we've understood this, and we're going to stop it. Like, let's stop this tradition of, these bad things that we're doing. So hope I answered that question, Caleb. Let me see. You got another one here. I get asked the question a lot, why did I stop eating meat? Good. I hope you answer it. I hope you answer it obviously truthfully, and I hope you embrace that, why you stopped eating meat. I think a lot of people need to be more vocal about it. And I'll tell you, when we first started, I'm 6 years in, and I didn't always speak out like this. Like I'm a little bit more comfortable, obviously, doing videos now and speaking about it, because I don't think I was comfortable sharing about it or overly talking about it. And in fact, one of the reasons why we started this company, Quit Eating Animals, because you don't have to say anything when you walk around with this. Like, you don't have to say anything. People just see this shirt and they're like, that's it. Like, you don't have to go up to them, and it's it draws a feeling. It's on them. So it's a way to speak out for animals, and you don't have to say anything. And so this is a great way. But I think the more we can share our stories and why quit eating animals. Someone comes to me like, why do you have that shirt on? Why did you quit eating animals? And I hope you share why you did, Caleb. And I'd love to share your story on why you started. And I think your parents, I think it was passed on from your parents. Your parents are vegetarian, and so and we all start from our parents. Our parents are given our diet. Like we're fed as babies. We're fed dairy, and you can't take that away. I can't take what my parents fed to me. I'm going to go down a little bit of weight here and do some more reps. I didn't even start this. How long have we been going? I didn't even start my timer here. How long have we been going? 30 minutes. 4:30. Wifey comes home with my oldest here in a little bit. We got some more time. I'm going to drop the weight, do a little some more reps, but I didn't always speak out like this, and I didn't always be comfortable talking about why and where, and like why we went. And I think we had the CrossFit, so we opened up the CrossFit, and we really were taught paleo. So paleo really got us into thinking about a quality of the foods that we were consuming or where we got our foods from. And that's where we really kind of looked in grass-fed beef, grass-fed things, like talked about organic and the differences. And so we learned a little bit about that. And then came across a Netflix documentary, What the Health. I think that's what pushed us a little further into more about learning plant-based options. And I think we started from a 30-day challenge, and then that was the end of that. And I mean, we just continued from there. And so we just kept learning and learning and learning. And we haven't looked back, and that was 6 years ago. So that's been, it's been pretty awesome. So let's see here. What other things can I answer? Man, this response was going a while here. Well, I think I answered that one already. Let me go back. Okay, what do you have against fish-shaped candy? That was a joke. I don't have anything against fish-shaped candy. That was a joke. The fish were shaped like candy. But I think you should look at, candies, and gelatin is one of the first ingredients we looked at. I can't believe gelatin, like it's made with animal bones. And so you don't, why do you need to be consuming gelatin? You don't. So that's one of the things that you should look for. A lot of companies are going away from it now, but it's certainly still in a lot. But those fish candies don't have gelatin in. Swedish Fish, I don't believe do. But yeah, check it out. All right, Caleb, let's share this. My family's vegetarian because it isn't normal to eat meat. We got flat teeth. We can't physically get up and hunt a squirrel or deal with our teeth, and we get everything we need and we get from vegetables. Yeah, man, I think just that, it makes so much sense. It really makes sense when you look at that. A lot of people talk about apex predators, and we're the apex predators. Like, we're not predators at all. Like, we have no predator instincts about us at all. Like, you're right, we can't catch a squirrel. We can't catch, an animal,
a deer. We're not winning a fight with a bear. You know, a bunny rabbit is friggin' quick as heck. We're not doing that. Chipmunks, no. Raccoons, certainly not. You know, cats, no way. I mean, and then if you come across a pig or cow, like, okay, these herd animals, you think that you can kill them with your bare hands? Like, no, you can't. You can't. This is so true. Thanks, Caleb, for your comment. Yeah, like flat teeth. Think about our jaws go side to side instead of straight up and down. You know, we talked about our intestines being long. You know, we are so much more like an herbivore. And I think that over time, yeah, we consumed animals. We've adapted to be able to eat meat. But I think this is also why it's killing us. This is also why we're killing us. Great point. Great point here. Humans are attracted to brightly colored foods such as apples and oranges, bananas, yeah. Yeah, man, so true. Fruits. You can, I don't say you can eat. Fruit is great. Fruit is fantastic. We all should be eating more fruit. We crush bananas in this house. Like, bananas are always just going bad. Not going bad, but they're getting brown because we just got so many. We should have got to obviously eat more of those. But then you turn them in banana bread. So bananas, blueberries are so good. Strawberries, oranges, grapes. We got these cotton candy grapes. I can't believe it. Literally tastes like cotton candy. It's amazing. You know, they must be genetically modified. Something might be going on if I eat too many cotton candy grapes. I might start, that might be bad for me. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I agree. We can't just eat fruits. That's true. So, again, that's why you have green leafy vegetables. I mean, plants, potatoes, lentils, beans, chickpeas, broccoli, tofu. I mean, just eat a variety of different things, right? So you find different staple recipes and you kind of mix yourself through those. You know, we have a lentil spaghetti, like lentils. We do a TVP, textured vegetable protein with spaghetti. It's like a meat sauce. That one's phenomenal. We do sweet potato taco day. So we got little cut up sweet potatoes, beans, so much protein. We do broccoli, cauliflower, corn. Corn on the cob is really hot right now. That's friggin' phenomenal. We do a lot of rice. Rice fills you up. I'm just starting a lot of pea protein now. Plant protein, pea protein, cranberry protein. So, yep, beans, rice. Such as rice, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, just a variety of different things. There's so many different things. And you think about, like, the animals that we eat. I mean, it's just chicken, cows, turkeys, pigs. And then, like, that's just bacon, steak, bacon, steak, chicken, bacon, steak, chicken. I mean, think about Chick-fil-A's little ad, of a cow. So it's all around us. We're just fed. Marketing is just telling us to eat animals. It's just normal. It's all around us. It's normal. Everyone's doing it. There's not many people that you meet that are not. So, 90, I'm going to say 7 people that you meet, there's not going to be any vegans in there. It's going to be, I don't think so. There's going to be more and more as time goes by. There's going to be more and more as more information comes out, more people start talking about it. You, Caleb, you know, people like these channels, people come across these videos. They're like, wow, this guy can do it. You know, why can't I? Sure enough, like you can. You absolutely can. All right, what's your favorite here? All right, favorite is quinoa bowl with the mango. Oh yeah, that sounds delicious. Mango, pineapple, kiwi, onions, bell pepper. Oh man, with the lime sauce. Ah, man, that sounds so good. We had quinoa yesterday. Made some, or 2 days ago, quinoa. It makes just like rice. Just like rice. Quinoa is made just like rice, and it's a lot healthier for you. That's true. Quinoa bowl. My wife does a lot of bowls. She got me on a bowl. Bowls are so easy, just so consuming. You know, also been on a Chipotle kick. I got like 4 free Chipotle meals. Anytime I travel, I think we do a lot of Chipotle. I mean, just because it's so convenient and cheap. But they have bowls or burritos. I'm a big burrito guy. Ava got me on the burritos out in San Diego. They're so good. Burritos are phenomenal. But they're just stacked. They're full. So I do half and half. I do pinto beans and black beans, half and half, brown rice, white rice. But they're just so good. They're just delicious. I place the order. We go pick it up. Super easy. All right. 41 minutes here. What else? What else can we answer for you? Caleb, you got any questions, man, I can answer for you? I do, again, I'm trying to get somebody to come on and talk to me. And again, I want it to be a non-vegan or non-vegetarian. So if you're interested, come on, and I'm going to put you on the show, and we're going to talk about it. So, yeah, man, that's it. All right, man, I hope this first session went well. I think I'm going to do this more often. And then I'll do some different workouts. So, that's it, man. Caleb, I hope you have an awesome day. I might be back on later. Wife comes back home. Do some yard work. Make some dinner. Saturday, baby. Saturday. Ooh, question. Good question. Cool, man. I'm going to stay on and talk about it. Favorite type of food? Ooh, I think we already talked about. I mean, we hit on a lot of them. But let me put some thought into this. Favorite type of food. So, I heard you come up with another one. Let me see. Oh no, hold on. I'll be favorite type of food. So, I'm gonna say this. If I had to pick right now, favorite type of food. It's tough. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say sweet potatoes. And the reason why I say that is because you can have sweet potatoes made like all different textures. And my favorite texture of sweet potatoes, you get them crispy. You don't have to put any oil on. Get some parchment paper, put it on the oven on a pan, chop them up in little pieces, just little cubes. Put some garlic powder, onion powder, kind of flavor them up. Throw those bad boys in the oven, conventional oven or a convection oven. Get some air going on there, and they bake really, really well. And then you can throw those on a salad. You can eat those just like as is. You can pick those, put those in a taco, in a burrito. But sweet potatoes
I'm going to have to go with number one. But I can't just have a number one, so I might just keep going. The other thing that crossed my mind was avocado. And the reason why I say avocado is just I feel like it's the golden fruit. Not many people realize it's a fruit, but it is so good and it is so easy. You just make sure that you pick a good one, a little bit soft. You can kind of be able to press in. Something with the nub. If the nub comes off and it's a certain color, it's a good one. But I just go by how hard it is. And yeah, you like all the potatoes. Yeah, man, potatoes are phenomenal. And starch, right? Starch foods, like it keeps us going. I mean, potatoes are really good. Don't let people tell you that like, oh, potatoes are bad. I mean, yeah, like if you have all the salt on them and oil and if they're just, with cheesy potatoes, stay away from that stuff. Stick to the regular, sweet potatoes for me. They're just phenomenal. And it's an easy way to just get better than potatoes nutritionally. So avocados are my second one. And then I also was thinking corn on the cob. I mean, just a delicious corn on the cob. And I think it goes back to tradition. I had corn on the cob from my going to my grandparents' beach house every summer. My dad, my brothers drove up, and they had a shore house down the Jersey Shore. And just some of those meals, open-faced cheese and tomato sandwich. But stay away from dairy now. But yeah, corn on the cob when we had it over there, just fresh corn on the cob. Used to eat clams too. Clams were another traditional, or I can just remember them boiling the clams. I can do the clams, but for me, why do clams? Green beans, yeah, man, green beans. Green beans are they're really good. I mean, it's so tough. I think it's first thing to come to mind. Green beans didn't come to mind, but yeah, green beans, green bean casserole, or just made. Yeah, there's so diverse. Green beans, another diverse vegetable, for sure. Yeah, there's just so many. I'm actually a real fan of tomatoes. Tomatoes are phenomenal for me. Do I miss eating some meat? Let me make sure I'll put that up here for us. Great questions, Caleb, and I appreciate you asking them. Can I make that a little bigger? Do I miss eating some meat? No, I think the answer is no. I don't miss eating the meat, and the reason why is because you can replace any meat that I used to have. I can replace that with a plant-based option. And so, the thought of, if I had to talk about one that I missed, or that was like I don't really get the sensation or the same thing from, and it's bacon. And bacon, like the smell of bacon now, it really turns me off. I really haven't smelt it in a long time. I smell it going into work. We have a cafeteria at work, and I smell it like in the air in the morning, or like that morning smell of cooking breakfast. Particularly bacon, I can smell that. But so that doesn't appeal to me anymore. So I absolutely don't miss anything. And if you go back to one of my videos about like seitan can be made just like roast beef, or just like the texture of a Reuben or sliced meat is. You can get that from tofu. You can prepare whole foods to get yourself to simulate what you're used to. And so that's the reason why I don't miss anything about meat. And just the thought of animal flesh is what I go to, and it's like, well, why would I miss that? I certainly don't miss that. And eating, like, if I remember, like eating like chicken wings with bone in, like real bone, like eating on real animals, and just the thought of that now is just like, I don't miss that at all. And I think it's from a logical, or like just a mental perspective. And I don't miss the taste. Clearly the taste, barbecue wings, I mean, the taste was there. They're delicious. That's not what, animal flesh, I mean, you're tasting the sauces. I mean, no one's going to say that it doesn't taste good. So, but no, do not miss meat.
There's some mushrooms I want to get in that taste like seasoned chicken and beef. Yeah, man, let me know which ones you have, or which ones do. They taste like seafood, chicken, and beef. That's another good one. Yeah, mushrooms. You might have changed my mind there. That might be one of my favorites because that's another one that is just so diverse, and you can make mushroom steaks. You can, yeah, that's another diverse one. So yeah, I think would love. There's a guy on YouTube that does a lot of like different meals that make plants look like steak. Mushrooms, one of them that he uses. He uses a lot of different types of mushrooms too. So I bet you that would be yeah, lion's mane. Yep, lion's mane. Lion's mane. Yep, for sure. Good one. Good one. Yep. Good one. Yeah, mushrooms are phenomenal. So yeah, but I don't miss meat. I don't miss it. I think that there was I specifically remember the time when I did, think to myself like, man, I'm not gonna have any. No more bacon. Right? I knew that was the end of it, and that came after watching Dominion. So if you haven't seen Dominion, Caleb, I don't know if you should. You don't need to watch. You probably already have seen Dominion. Dominion's it's just real footage of real life, slaughterhouse footage and farm footage, and how animals are treated, and it really it's unbiased, straight up real, and there's really no getting around that. And so if you can sit through that, you should be able to sit through that. And I think no right person or no, normal-minded individual will come across that video and watch that footage without squirming or being uncomfortable. And so, and then that's where that justification has to happen when you say, well, that just doesn't make sense in my mind to be contributing to. So let me justify it. Like, it's normal. It's like, it's just, they don't feel anything, or, ancestors used to do it, or, if we need to eat meat, right? Like, you get the people that actually think that you need to eat animals. Like, people are confused, like, you don't need to eat animals. And then that kind of throw them for a loop. Like, especially, a lot of people that, have the old time mindset. Like, I come across a lot of comments. They're like animals, meat has all these essential nutrients and that you can't get from plants. And then I'm like, which ones? And they're like, okay, these. And I'm like, okay, well, what happens if you don't get those? And then, it's like kind of crickets. And then so no one can tell me what happens when you don't get these nutrients, or that you can't get them from plants. Or if you're so concerned, get a supplement. So you have all of these answers for people that are saying, all like these nutrients and protein. Like, where do you get your protein from? People are confused that protein is in plants. Absolutely, protein is in plants. That's where all protein originates from. Plant sources. So, people are confused. But the more we get this information out, the better. The better. That is it. All right. So, yeah, man, almost an hour in here. That was good. That was a pretty good first one. Clearly, my audio came across very well, hopefully. Got this new DJI mic. DJI makes good product. I want to get their drone. And I want to drone up to the buffalo farm. And I want to drone in there and see and get more footage of the buffaloes up there. Believe it or not, I met the buffalo, whoever owns the buffalo farm, his uncle or whatever, he works with me. Small world, or just the connection. So more to come on that. But yeah, a drone is coming. As soon as I make all these dollars off of YouTube, when I get over 1,000 subscribers and we start making a lot of money, we can start giving back to the animals and start, creating more content to reach more people. And if you're interested in a shirt, head on over to the website. Go ahead and support us. We'll send you off a shirt. All right, guys, I'm out. Caleb, thanks for watching, my man. Appreciate it. Pleasure. Appreciate the questions. If you got more questions, go ahead and comment. I'll come back and respond to them. But and if you want to see some certain things, let me know. All right, appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
Quit eating animals.